Hey everybody, it's your girl Cordnie Ellese. Welcome to my channel on Mommyhood and entrepreneurship. And today we're going to be talking about the things that we are absolutely not. First of all, we're going to try, because it's going to be pretty hard, but we're absolutely trying our hardest not to say these things to our kids anymore in 2021 or any year after this, just depending upon when you watch this video. So the very first thing is I'm grown. Y'all, as I was growing up, and even my mom to this day, she still says it even to my kid. And she says, oh, I can curse because I'm grown. You can do this because we're grown. You can do that because we're grown. And a lot of times, we really can do certain things because we're grown. However, all that makes your child want to do is do that thing and try to be grown a whole lot quicker. And quite frankly, I don't want my child to want to be grown. Earlier today, he asked me, he said, Mommy, why can you not wear socks around the house because you're an adult, but I have to wear socks and house shoes? And then I had to explain to him, well, Billy, because my feet are a lot more mature than yours. So I can handle cold a lot better than you can without getting sick quite as easily. But I still can get sick, so you know what? I am going to set the example and wear house shoes and socks. So at very minimum, I put on socks. And he said, well, okay. And he got it. You know, it only took me about 15 or 20 more seconds than what I would have said with I'm grown, because I can. We use I'm grown to justify when we're doing stuff we're not supposed to be doing, like saying bad words, saying certain terms and things like that. So we're teaching our children that they can make bad decisions when they're grown, just can't make it when they're a kid. And that's not true. We still want our kids to be people who show integrity and who change the world in a much better way. And we can't do that if we're teaching them that it's okay to make certain mistakes just because you're grown. 2, because I said so. Y'all, my name is Courtney Brown, and I say that to my child way too many times. And I said that in 2021, I'm not going to do it. I am not going to say because I said so. I'm going to find another way to get my point across to my son who wants to ask me why for everything. When I was growing up, you didn't ask your parents why. But as I'm becoming older, I'm realizing why is not such a bad thing. Sometimes children need to know why. So maybe instead of saying because I said so, you can say, you know what? Let me think about that answer and I'll get back to you. Simple enough. And then if you forget to get back to them and they ask you again, the second time, you need to have the answer, okay? Or you need to stop what you're doing and find the answer. Or you need to stop what you're doing and write down the question so you can really take the question legitimately and answer the question. Chances are, if they're asking the question, it's because it's important to them. Even if it's random, even if it seems minute, all of these things are important to them. They're just trying to figure out life and figure out the world. And what you tell them either tells them that they're going to have to figure it out by themselves because they will go searching, or that they can come to you and that you're actually going to be willing to help them figure it out. Even if it's something as simple as, Mommy, why can't we count all the stars that are in the sky? Baby, let me talk to God about that and we'll get back to you. Or, Mommy, why can't I go over to my friend's house when it's nighttime? Billy, because Mommy loves you so much and Mommy just wants you to be safe, and I don't know that friend's parents. Well, why can't you get to know their parents? Because it's Corona and we can't get to know each other that closely right now because it's the coronavirus. Just figure it out. There are plenty of answers that are not lies that you can tell your children. 3, you don't want to lie to your children. Look here, I'm going to excuse the Santa Claus, Cat in the Hats, and the Tooth Fairies, Easter Bunnies, and whatever else has a holiday. The only reason that I'm going to excuse because some of y'all actually believe it. That's one. And the only other kind of reason is because you're allowed to let them have a childhood. Alright, so I don't necessarily lie. When my son asks me about Santa, I always answer, I really don't know the answer to that question. And the reason I tell him that is because I really don't know the answer to that question. So I'm not lying. But the more you lie to your child, the more they don't trust you. And do you really want your child to have to depend on the outside world for all the answers all the time? No. And what about when it comes to learning about God? If you can't get your child to trust you with basic life, when it comes to finding out about the things that are a lot more mysterious in life, it's going to be really hard to know who to really depend on, right? So show your child integrity both when he's looking and when he's not looking, when she's looking and when she's not looking, and be truthful and honest with your child, even about the things that are hard. And if you're just not prepared to answer the question yet, you can actually say that. You know what? I don't think that I'm so prepared to answer that question yet. Can you give me a moment so I can figure out how to answer that? And even if they say no, tell them, well, I need a moment, so I'm gonna take a moment, okay? And that's totally okay. But lying to your children, blatantly lying to your children, it's not okay. Next thing that we're not going to say to our children in this new year is that I don't have time. We do have time. The time might not be right now, but the time might be later. So find time. If you don't have time at that moment, if they say, Mommy, can we do this? Mommy, can we do that? Mommy, can we do this? You say, hold on, let's put a time aside later for us to be able to do that. But you have to remember and you have to remind me, because Mommy has a lot on her mind. Daddy has a lot on his mind. You just gotta remind me. Okay? And in addition to that child reminding you, make a little note yourself so you can come back to it later. If they forget, they will totally love the fact that you remembered for them. You'll make them feel so cared about and so important. And you really want them to feel that way. Lastly is we're running late. You start rushing your child and screaming at your child and all this, that, and the other. You need to be more organized. So you need to be the person running early and ahead of schedule so that when your kids start going slow, because that's what kids do, that it's not impacting you on when you get somewhere. I for sure am going to try to even be better about being on time to birthday parties and like events that are not business related. I'm always on time to my business related things, but when it comes to like friend stuff, we just got to be better about being on time, period. We're not teaching our kids to be anxious and to stress all the time. Teach them good habits to be organized and to be on time so that they can actually be responsible when they get older. Those are the things that I have decided that I am not going to say to my children this year. I really hope that y'all band with me and we can be better moms and go without saying these things. Of course, if you want to, because I can make you do anything. I can only suggest. These are all of my opinions. So let me know which thing you're going to try this year, or if you're going to try all of them, girl, are you going to try all of them with me? I appreciate y'all. But anyway, just let me know which ones you're down for, and I'll talk to y'all down below in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this on your social media. Screenshot this and put it on your IG and put hashtag Cordnie Ellese YouTube. And I look forward to seeing y'all. Ciao.